I'll tell you, this is extremely dangerous. Children under less than 4 years have the greatest risk of choking. Hello everyone, welcome back to your channel MomGudy Days. You know, when the first journey of the baby starts, we get a lot of beautiful recommendations, a lot of beautiful recipes as to what you should give to your baby. But I feel it's equally important to know what foods should be avoided during their very first year. So this video is all about it. Let's get started. During the first 6 months of the baby, remember, double coats. Nothing should go to your baby's mouth except mother's milk and not even water. Only exception is the medication that is suggested by the pediatrician. And the next one is no salt and sugar into your baby's food. Now I see a lot of eyebrows raising over there, but stick to this rule. Let me tell you why. The salt requirement of the baby per day is just less than 1 gram per day, which is mostly met by breast milk. So whatever you're giving extra, it's an extra burden on those tiny kidneys. Kidneys might not be able to function properly because of the excess load. In fact, my parents also told me that this food tastes really bland, and how are you even expecting the baby to eat? Trust me, the babies wouldn't have any problem. It's better to avoid salt during the entire first year. And why specifically sugar is that sugar, we know how bad it is for the adults. Also, addition of sugar will actually not let them to enjoy the real taste of the other vegetables or food. Also, it can lead to child obesity, which we don't really want to happen, right? The next food which you should avoid during first year is the honey. I see a lot of customs wherein they put honey into the baby's mouth the moment it is born. I'll tell you, this is extremely dangerous. Honey is not advised for the babies under 1 year. It can cause a very rare condition called botulism, wherein it can lead to a serious illness where it causes muscle weakness, respiratory issues, and it might need hospital treatment. So I would say please avoid honey during the first year. Even after the first year, make sure you give it in a very less quantity and not very frequently. And the next one is the cow's milk. Stick to mother's milk or the formula milk until the baby's first birthday. Never ever introduce cow's milk before that, because you know the babies under 1 year cannot digest the enzymes and the proteins in the cow's milk. It can have a lot of burden on their kidneys. And even after 1 year, when you're introducing cow's milk, you have to be very slow just to check if the baby is allergic to it, if the babies have got lactose intolerance. So a big no to cow's milk before 1 year. And the next one is the egg whites. When you're introducing eggs to your baby, you should be extremely careful. What my pediatrician suggested was when Avir was 8 months, we started to give him egg yolk initially, and when he was like 10.5 months, I started to give him egg white very slowly. Always check how your baby is reacting to egg whites, because during the first year there are high chances of they having an allergic reactions to the egg. The next one is citric fruits and fruit juices. Citric fruits basically because it can cause acid refluxes. If your baby is having colic issues, I think this is not a good option to try. Coming to fruit juices, definitely fruit juices are high in calorie, but it does not contain fiber, nor vitamin D, nor zinc, what actually the baby needs. In fact, the more intake of fruit juices can cause tooth decays, diarrhea, and also stomach issues. And the next one is extremely important, the choking hazards. Children under less than 4 years have the greatest risk of choking. It can block their small airway and cut off the oxygen supply, and it can be really dangerous. So it's very important to know what are all those foods that can be a choking hazard for your babies. Try to list some of them which are prone to have choking hazard. Avoid giving whole grapes, raw carrots, raw apples, and a big no to peanut butter. It is very difficult for the babies to actually swallow it. Avoid giving marshmallows, avoid giving jelly kind of things, raisins, and a large chunk of meat or chicken. The thumb rule here is that make sure it's not very small, make sure it's not very hard. Like the popcorns, the raw vegetables, the nuts, the dry fruits, avoid giving them. If you're giving them, make sure you're slicing them up in the right way or cook them until it is really soft. It is very important for the new mommies to know what exactly you need to do when the baby is choking, and also it's equally important to know whether the baby is actually choking. If the baby is not able to cry, if the baby is not able to make any noise, baby is not able to breathe, if the baby is turning blue, and that's when your baby is choking. I have seen a very beautiful video from an Instagrammer. I don't know if I can find that one. If I can find, I'm definitely going to link that up. If not, please make sure you check a video on that. High mercury fishes, avoid fishes like tuna fishes, swordfishes, because they've got high levels of mercury. If you want to give fishes, you can stick to the safe variants like haddock, shrimp or wild salmon, but make sure you make research on that and then introduce fish to your babies during the first year. Avoid giving unpasteurized food. They can contain some dangerous bacteria which can cause some serious illness. Last but not the least, the chocolates and the bakery stuffs, definitely a big no to them. You are definitely not doing any good to your babies by giving them chocolates. You don't really want our babies to have those tooth cavities, sit in front of the dentist and get their tooth picked. We don't want that to happen, right? Let them have a beautiful dental journey. At the very small age, let us teach them a healthy way of eating food. With that, it's a wrap. I think I've covered most of the things that you need to know, because it's very important in the life to know what you shouldn't be doing, what you shouldn't be giving. That is something which is always running in the mommy's mind, and I think this video has given a sort of relief to all of you guys. If so, please give me a thumbs up and also do comment in the comment section like how you like the video, and I'll come up with more such informative videos. Until then, take care, see ya, cherish every moment of your motherhood. Bye bye.